All right, hey, what's up, guys? So today, let's talk about an issue that I found and was brought to me originally by a friend of mine. And if he's cool with it, I'll put his name somewhere where it came up. But it was sent to me. A video was sent to me about the Steiner Atlas with an issue, and he was like, "Hey, are you seeing this?" And dude, blew my mind. So I went ahead and I tested it for myself on my personal rifle, my personal laser, and I found that it is 100% an issue on both of ours. So that's two. And the second I saw that, I went ahead and retrieved two more of these so that I can get more of a sample size and see what happens. So let's go through the process that I made and what the issue is. So, well, let's start with the issue. So let's start with the issue and then we'll go through the process I went through to figure out that this is an issue. So the issue is that when the laser is mounted on a rail, it has enough wiggle room to create a shift. Whether it's bumped, moved, shifted with the hand, bounced around in a box, it will shift zero laterally. So the windage, not the turrets are stable, but the actual physical laser body has space to shift around. So obviously, no bueno. This issue is one that I think is necessary to be put out there. I'm not one to get into people's business and like bash a company or anything like that. But when something's a serious issue, something should be brought up. This is an actual serious issue when it comes to people's zeros, whether they're just using it for fun or they're using it for self-defense or they're using it in law enforcement. Either one, I find this to be an issue, and it's not right that it hasn't been brought up by the company and being Steiner and hasn't been put out there. So a little bit of background on this. I was originally one of the people that Steiner brought in to try and figure out a better way of making a laser or a better like features. What are we looking for as users with lasers? And I gave them an idea of what I wanted, and I also gave them a design that I wanted, and I actually helped design or at least give them the first initial shaping of the Atlas. From there, they took off, right? Not mine. I didn't get paid for that. I don't get paid by Steiner in any way. Literally just a freebie, which I should not have done. But then again, maybe it's fine. So just to try and help people out, man, I wanted a better laser that is box style, that allowed lefty righty touching, and it doesn't interfere with people. Either way, go watch that laser Atlas or the Atlas video if you want to know why or some of the origins of that. Now, that being said, let's talk about the test I did to try and figure this out. So originally the video that was sent to me, the person was moving the laser side to side on their rail, and it was showing a lateral shift. I tested it with up and down too, but there's not a lot of up and down room, so it didn't really shift. It's not shifting forward and back in the pick rails. What I assume is happening is that because the mounting surface is so narrow and the body of the laser is so wide, it has enough room to shift side to side on the little rail clamping section, and it needs a longer section to clamp. If it doesn't get that, it's going to always have some room because the body of the laser has so much more leverage over the clamping mechanism. So that being said, right, I went ahead and I contacted my buddy Austin, who is one of the other owners of See the Night with me. And I was like, Austin, dude, I need two more lasers. And he had a demo unit and he had a brand new one. So brand new one out of the box. And I went ahead, took both of them. He overnighted them to me last night. I got them in today and I went ahead, threw them on guns and tested this problem. Now, the way I tested it was pretty simple, man. I went ahead, I mounted them on my really right stuff tripod over here with a hog saddle or a pig saddle. The reason I use a pig saddle is because not all of these have anything to clamp onto, but it's fine. The real thing that I'm looking for was, here's the dot, here's the laser, where is the laser in relation to the dot when I start shifting the laser around? And you'll see in all three little videos of all three rifles with all three lasers, there's a shift each way. So each time there is a shift, bothers the hell out of me. The first one you're going to see, guys, is my personal Sons of Liberty team room rifle with the my personal Atlas, and you'll see how easy it shifts around in relation to my aim point. Then on the second rifle, it's going to be a Cobalt rifle with our demo unit. So the See the Night demo Atlas laser. So it's been on a few rifles. It's been at some shows, people finger banging it and stuff. And that one also shifts. And then the third one is on a brand new Agency Arms rail with a brand new Steiner Atlas that just came out of the box. Like literally the first gun it's been mounted on, unless Steiner does something at the factory where they mount things on rails. But as of right now, and that one also has a shift. So those are the three videos you're hopefully seeing on the screen, and each of those had a major shift each way. So and to give you some reference, I'll put in a video here of me with my phone showing you what the testing apparatus kind of looked like and what the section or area that I was testing. All right, guys, so to show you guys how I have this set up, I have my one camera here. I just have one camera, so I'm using my phone for the other thing. And then I have the rifle here with a laser attached. And then I have the target there. This is literally 2 yards from the rifle. So any small deviation here at 2 yards, you can imagine what happens at greater distances. So that's how I'm setting it up. Each of these are going to be on a hog saddle. And I know hog saddle, but the real ramifications here, or the visual side of things, is what's happening between the dot and the laser, and that's what's going to tell you how much of a shift you're getting. As you can see, it wasn't a very far distance, and I'm still seeing inches of shift each way. So imagine that at a little bit of distance, not even like think of it at 15 yards, what those inches here at 2 yards are going to be like at 15 or further. So I didn't go crazy with it. I didn't want to test it out to like 100 yards or anything, because then we would see feet most likely. But it's definitely something that bothers me. So I'm a little upset because originally when I thought I was getting a shift, I thought it was based off of the baggage handlers just beating up my box, because they tend to destroy my boxes. Like once a year I have to build a new one or put a new one together. And I thought they were just like, manhandling my box and my laser gets shifted. It's no big deal. I just dial it and move on. Little did I know that it was losing zero literally in the box because it was being bonked around, but because the rail section was not holding it properly. So, with that said, right, what is the corrective actions that Steiner can do to fix this, right? So what they can do is they can go ahead and make the rail section that is clamping on longer, right? More of the body. If you look at most lasers that are out there, most of the body and the clamping system are taking up the majority of the space of the body length of the laser. So if that's the case, obviously you kind of need it for the shift that you're going to possibly have because of the leverage of the laser. This laser is long, right? She's a long body, right? She's one of the slender ones. So because of that, she needs more space, more surface area grabbing onto the rail so that she can hold on tight, versus the smaller or other lasers that are out there that are more narrow. They need less space, or they just need a little bit less because they don't have as much leverage. But because this has so much leverage, and you'll see it in a couple videos that I put up, how much space is available for me to shift that laser over and over. And you'll even see like on the bottom of one of these lasers where it's been shifting this entire time. So just things to think about, guys, but also like, hey, wanted to notify the public because this is ridiculous and it should be corrected. And if it isn't, then I don't know what, man. I don't have any stake in it. So I will tell you this, that See the Night is not buying any Steiner-based products, not for the foreseeable future, because of all this. And I would not want to, in good faith, sell any of these. So the 3 or 4 of them that we do have, we will be keeping on the shelf or sending back as soon as we can for replacement, or for hopefully some kind of warranty where we can fix them, get them fixed, or whatever, get them replaced, and then get them back on the shelf where they actually function properly. So if you have a Steiner laser, things to do, right? Aim it at something with the laser, something safe. Grab your laser, shift it side to side. Grab your laser, right? Shift it side to side and see if she shifts in relation to your red dot on the rifle. If she is, you have the same issue, and I'm sorry to say, but Steiner needs to hear from you, man. You need to make a ruckus about it. It needs to be a thing that gets corrected. All right. If you are an agency that has these, you should definitely contact them. 100% contact them and get angry. The more people that get angry about this, the more chances that they may or possibly fix it. So, or they'll take the SIG way out and just tell us all to go F it ourselves. But we'll see. We'll see, man. See who has some like integrity here. All right, guys. So sorry to come to you with like bad news, but hopefully it is something that we can get corrected and all of us can enjoy the ergonomics of the dang laser because it is a good laser. Take care.